You ever get that feeling that your life is just one random thing after another? Well, what if I told you it's not? What if it's actually a meaningful story and you're the one holding the pen? That's what we're going to get into today. This idea that you actually have the power to shape your own narrative. So, seriously, what if your life is a story that's just waiting to be told? I mean, really think about that for a second. Because seeing your life as a story, that's not just some nice, fluffy thought. It's a total game changer. It reframes everything that's ever happened to you and everything you're going to do from right now. Okay, so let's get into it. Section 1. Your story is waiting. If your life really is a story, then this is chapter 1. It's all about recognizing that your story is out there, waiting for you to claim it. This is, the classic call to adventure, that moment you realize your personal journey, actually means something profound. Every single one of us has a powerful story inside. And your own transformation, right? That journey from feeling kind of lost or uncertain to finally finding your courage, that's not just for you. The second you share that authentic story, you're basically giving other people permission to see the magic in their own lives. Suddenly, your story isn't just yours anymore. It becomes a kind of map for someone else who's on their own path. Right. So on to section 2, the battle within. Because let's be real, every great story needs a great challenge, right? And so often, the biggest dragon we have to slay, it's not out there in the world somewhere. Nope. It's right here, inside our own heads. And this is a conflict I think we all know. On one side, you've got that nagging voice of doubt, the one that whispers, nah, this can't be true. I'm not part of this. It's that voice that just wants to keep you small. But then another voice pipes up. The voice of courage. The one that finally just says, you know what? I will do what I dream. That one moment, that declaration, that's when you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the hero of your own story. And this is exactly why that internal battle is so important. See, people who have no hopes are easy to control. Hope isn't just some passive, feel-good optimism. It's an act of rebellion. When people lose hope, they basically surrender their own power, and they become easy to control. So by holding on to your dreams, you're not being naive. You're actively fighting to protect your power to write your own destiny. All right, section 3, the act of persistence. So you've recognized your story, you've faced down that inner demon of doubt. Now what? Well, now comes the hard part. The long, challenging, but super rewarding part of the journey, just deciding to keep going, no matter what. We all love to talk about lucky breaks, right? Being in the right place at the right time. But this whole idea flips that on its head. It suggests that luck isn't really something that just finds us by chance. It comes because we refuse to surrender. Think about that. Luck is the direct result of just not giving up. It's that breakthrough that finally happens when you are facing totally overwhelming odds, when you feel beaten down and completely alone, and you still refuse to throw in the towel. You don't find luck, you make it. But here's the thing about a hero's journey. It's almost never a solo mission. And that brings us to section 4, connecting our stories. This next chapter is all about that huge realization that you are not alone in this adventure. I mean, really let this sink in. We are all connected. Everyone you meet, everyone in your life, they're a character in your story. And just as important, you're a character in theirs. Everyone is the protagonist of their own adventure. We're all living in this huge, interconnected web of stories. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. And once you really get that, once you truly embrace that connection, your entire perspective shifts. You go from competition to collaboration, from feeling isolated to feeling deeply connected. Your whole world opens up, moving from just my story alone to our shared story. It absolutely changes everything. And here's where the real power kicks in. It's not just about you getting help, it's about you giving it. Believing in someone can literally save their world. When you get behind someone else's dream, when you truly, genuinely believe in them, you're not just being a good friend. You might be giving them the exact push they need to keep their own story alive. Okay, this brings us to our final section, and honestly, maybe the most powerful idea of all. Section 5, the never-ending impact. What happens when a story ends? Does it just stop? Or does it create something new? Here's the thing. Every real story is a never-ending story. When you live your story with courage,
You don't just change your own life. You create a ripple effect. You show other people that, hey, transformation is possible. Your story becomes a chapter in their story, and then it becomes a chapter in the stories of the people they go on to inspire. It just never ends.
And what that means is that your dreams, your hopes, they are not selfish. They are absolutely essential. They are the fuel for all the magic and possibility in the world. Seriously, every single time you choose hope over despair, you're doing your part to keep that collective human spirit, that magic, alive for all of us. So it all comes down to this. Your story isn't something that's waiting for you to start writing one day. It's already happening. It's unfolding right now, in this very moment. The chapter you're living in is being written as we speak. So the only real question is, will you have the courage to live it?